Hi everybody, good afternoon. It's me, Dr. Bob here, Tuesday afternoon. Just wanted to talk to you real quickly this week. Here we are, finals week, yay! Boy, these terms go by so quickly. I'm still used to calling them semesters. Anyway, congratulations. Here we are, finals week, and so I'm going to talk to you about the final exam here in just a minute. But let me just say real quickly, thank you for taking the course on behalf of the sociology department. I appreciate it. The department appreciates it. And I hope you consider some more sociology courses in the future. There's a lot more interesting stuff than these 204 and 205. We've talked about those before. So I hope if you have the opportunity, you'll take some more sociology courses. And I just want to say this as well, as far as coming back to campus, coming back to whether you're taking a course online, but keep coming back to school. Um, you started out, you had a goal in mind, and I just hope you continue down that road just as sure as I'm here today. Remember, I flunked out my first year of college, but I kept coming back, so I hope you do as well. And that's enough. So keep coming back. Okay, so real quickly, let me talk to you about the final exam. Okay, so the exam is split up into three different choices, and I kind of gave you different topics from the course as far as your choices of exam, whatever you felt your strength was in, whether it's in deviance, looking at high or low income countries, or group relationships, dyads, triads, and larger groups. So let me start there. Okay, so I'm asking you to answer just one of these questions, and your answer should be 2 to 3 pages in length. Again, try to keep it somewhere between at least 2, less than 3. That would be perfect. One is not going to cut it, and please don't write me 5 or 6 pages. Okay, as far as the font and the double spacing, don't worry too much about that. Try if you can do it. If you can't, don't worry too much about it. I know some of you are having issues with compatibility between your Word programs or whatever you're using and eLearn. So anyway, but make sure you're on your page length. Okay, so here's your three choices. Compare the dynamics of dyads, triads, and larger groups. Okay, so groups of 2, groups of 3, and larger groups. We know that you behave differently when you're in these groups. Groups of 2 are more intense, right? More intimate. Groups of 3, you behave a little differently when that third person is in the room or with you. And then, of course, we behave differently when we're in larger groups than we would in our smaller, more intimate groups. So, yeah, which groups are more intense, I ask. Which relationships are more intense? And of course, for the most part, they're groups of 2, dyads, right? Because dyads, you got a lot more emotion going on there, a lot more personal history invested with the person. Which are more stable? And that's a good question. I'm not going to answer it for you. But again, whatever you tell me, please give me examples. Now, I'm not asking for citations unless you're going to start quoting statistics or this sort of thing, what you think is factual data. But if you have examples from the television, from the news, or from your personal life, that's fine too. Okay, number 2, select a crime that's received a lot of attention recently. And there have been a lot of crimes in the news. Black on black violence, white police officers shooting black unarmed men, cyber crime. So there's been a lot of crime in the news media. There's always crime in the news. So analyze that crime. If you want to make it into a particular crime, that's fine. Rape on a college campus, particular rape. Uh, and then use one of the concepts of deviance. Remember, your concepts of deviance are differential association, labeling theory, strain theory, or control theory. Those are the 4 you should choose from. You don't need to pick them all, but pick one and then use that theory to analyze the particular crime that you're talking about. And again, provide details if you can, if you've got them, at least examples. The third one is to summarize the differences between high and low income countries in terms of health, education, and energy consumption. And then you can use, if you want, remember the concepts that we talked about in global inequality and social inequality, the fact that the wealthier, powerful nations, they use more of the resources, and they get these resources, they do a lot more importing from 2 other types of countries, what we call semi-periphery countries, countries with newly industrializing economies, China, India, Vietnam, some of these, excuse me, or we exploit even poorer countries either through war or through other actions, corporate actions where we exploit them for their resources. We're the recipients of that wealth and power and status. We use our, as a core nation, wealth, power, and status to exploit goods and resources and labor from these peripheral countries, right? So, in the semi-peripheral, again, that's that newly industrialized rebuilding. The U.S., yeah, Great Britain, other countries like this, we'd be the core countries. Okay, so talk about health, education, and energy consumption. Again, go to your book. It'll tell you all the specific information on obviously the core countries, the wealthier countries are going to do better in terms of health, education, and they're going to use much more energy. And then explain three of the factors that account for this kind of disparity, if you will. Okay, that's it. I went over my 5 minutes. Sorry. Again, I hope if you have any questions, you'll always come ask me. I'm always there for you. I'm here to see you succeed. I've got to have your exams in by Friday at midnight, no later. This gives me time to read your exams, to enter your scores, and then to enter your final grades um, in Chemeketa, my Chemeketa. So that's it for now. Again, if you have any questions, let me know and keep coming back. Take care. Bye.